Hello everyone, welcome to History Forge. My name is Taylor Hamlin, and welcome to week 26, I think it is. I don't know, as the weeks have gone on, I keep on forgetting the date. I think it's probably, teaching kind of turns into these things that blend together, so it feels very weird that I'm now about only 7-8 weeks left of school, which is crazy to believe that quarter 3 is almost done. But yeah, no, we're on week 26, and it's just a fascinating thing. So last week, I'll just kind of jump in right here. In week 26, last week, my counselor took over on Tuesday, so if you watched the video from last week, that's why I wasn't there. I was in a different room. So that was really nice. We had I think it was a 4-day weekend, actually, even. So we had Monday off, and then Tuesday we came back, and the school counselor actually took over my classroom, so he talked to the students about, what they're interested in doing as far as their high school classes. That's really cool that we can bring in a school counselor about once a month to not my classroom only, but others. And really kids get a good chance to talk about, I really want to take, AP classes. I'm really interested in going to college, but really excelling. Or we have students who I want to go to more of a technical, I want to build or I want to work with that. So we introduce them to the technical classes that we have. So that's always really good for us to be able to show students that. So we'll just go ahead and skip though Tuesday because it's all happened. Let's see, go into Wednesday. So February 20th, it says here down to activities. It gets really complicated. That's why there's a lot of different links. One of the most difficult things to do when teaching differentiation is all the different ways classes can go. And so oftentimes it's really hard for me to just stand in front of students and say, hey, you 4 groups, be patient and listen to me talk for 5 minutes this one group. After a while, kids aren't going to listen to me anymore. They kind of start going crazy. So what I do instead is I make videos like this just to explain to each group what they could be doing. And that gives me a chance to kind of circulate around the room and, talk to individual students or maybe pull a group aside and be like, hey, I'm going to talk to you guys instead. Or sometimes it just gives me time to answer a few emails and just communicate and stay organized. So it's really good for me to be able to do that. So that's what all these videos down here are. Just helping the kids with the idea, what can we do the last 2 to 3 weeks of your project? So you see performances, exhibits, websites, and essays here. And all I did was I just talked to students about actually, I think I talked to one of the groups. Yeah, one's missing. Which one is it? Documentaries. Haha. I talked to the documentaries, and again, it's just one of those things that I felt that their group was, at that time, the most complicated. So I needed to step in and be more there with them. So, if you're a teacher watching these, or even if you're a parent, it's really important to remember that if a teacher teaches differentiation, you're not just giving them videos, you're still a part of the classroom. It's just you make a judgment call of where am I most needed right now? And in that case, I judge that the kids who are making documentaries, they needed me the most. We also registered projects that day. We also finished the War of 1812 lecture. The history facts or just the actual dates and times that we're going into, they have taken a back seat right now. The last 2-3 weeks of the project especially, we do really need to focus on completing the project. And so we're still doing videos. We still talk to the kids about the history, but yeah, for the most part, the students aren't really working on day-to-day historical facts anymore, or even social studies skills. We're really trying to take all of what students accumulated over the last 3 quarters and dump it into these final projects and seeing how well we can push those students. So that's that for that day. Is basically just a catch-up day of hey guys, these are all the things that we have to get ready for. Again, they had to finish this up too, the annotated bibs. We finished those up last week. On Thursday, I felt it right to give them a work day. Another big thing with big projects like this, I don't feel like it's fair to tell the kids hey guys, here's all the explanation in class, now go do it. Outside of class, I feel that leads to a lot of stress. And even though I think students should and could work on projects outside of the classroom, I think I have to give them time in class. I think it's only fair because then I can walk around and really judge and see oh, wow, you're doing that. It's really cool. I can give them compliments, or I could see them maybe doing something that I think will lead to future failure. And so, I don't want to always swoop in, but I do want to maybe redirect, hey, what do you think about that? Or how could this maybe not work down the road? So it's really good to have those kind of conversations with the kids, and that only works if they're doing the work in your room. For history teachers that watch this, does that mean I don't get as much time to lecture? Yeah, absolutely. I don't really get, a straight 30 minutes to talk to my students, but especially at the middle school level, and honestly even the high school level, and probably even college, I would argue that that time is honestly better spent working with the students. Most people cannot pay attention past 20 minutes anyway. And so you think your kids are being quiet and listening and attentive, but in reality, maybe only like 4 or 5 out of the 20 are. So again, that's my philosophy. If you're wanting to question that or talk to me about it, feel free to email me or message me on the video. And then the Friday, it's going to be a short week actually. We're already at minute 5. I'm almost done. Friday, February 22nd, we did our vocab retakes. So just to remind you about vocabulary, students are expected to retake the vocab until they get a passing score. So if the first time a student passes their vocab and they get a score that they like, great, they're done. They no longer need to worry about or do the vocab in my classroom for that quarter. That being said, if they don't pass, they have to retake it. And if they do pass, but say that they get like a D or a C and they're not really happy with that, they're more than welcome to study and then retake it again later. I do that just because, honestly, some students know their vocab. They come in with the knowledge or they come in with the ability to do well. And so they come in, they take it, they move on. Whereas other students do need that more time. And that's fine. It's absolutely fine for students to take their time with it, I feel like. So we do retakes. Going down even more, video lecture 19, we talked about the market revolution. Again, these are just things in history that I want them to see. I want them to get experience with it, but we're not going to cover it in great detail. It's just good for them to kind of hear it, and it gives me a chance to test them on their ability to find information and then put it in. That's it. They had to show me project improvements on Friday, and that was it. They just needed to show me that they made their project better, and so I keep notes and do that myself. And that was it. That was the week. So really short, and that's pretty much all. If you're interested in any of these links that I just showed you, feel free to go down to the video description. I paste this little research doc in there, along with all the other weeks. And then that'll be all. I'm excited to show you the final projects. We're coming up on them pretty soon. So have a great night. Take care. Bye.